while I'm in Vegas, I'm going to talk about the process of purchasing a home here in the Villages, Florida. If you're new here to this channel, my name is Robyn Cavallaro. I am a realtor here in Florida. Well, actually, I'm in Vegas right now, but I am a realtor in the state of Florida. And this question comes up with every single buyer, and I want you to know what the process is when it comes to buying a home here. So first, you have to select a realtor with whom you trust. Someone that you know is going to have your best interest at heart, that they're going to represent you, they're going to get you the best deal and follow through with the deal home search to close and beyond. Because I always tell my buyers, just because the home is closed doesn't mean that I go away. I'm always here to answer questions for you. So find the realtor. Second, home search. Now, all of you out there, I know have done your homework because you've been looking for homes for years, and you can't see. I'm moving my hand. You can't see it. I know that you've done your homework and you kind of have an idea what you want, but just take the advice of your realtor, because a lot of times when you're looking at a home online, you don't see things that we see because we've been in so many of these homes. And just based on our conversations with you, we know what you like and what you don't like and what might be a problem for you and that you might not see. So please, again, that goes back to the first thing, is to make sure you trust the person with whom you're purchasing from. And don't be afraid, if you don't like that person, to seek out another individual that best fits your needs, because you are making a huge purchase and you want to make sure you make the right purchase. I haven't had the coffee yet, and what I'm going to do is, as soon as they start serving coffee, I'll go get some. My voice will sound a little better. You know, one thing about Vegas is it's seriously dry. Like, your hair looks good for days, but everything is dry. My skin is dry, but anyway, so the next thing after the home search, when you find that perfect home, look at comparable properties to make your offer. You want to make a serious offer. Sometimes, and this has happened with me recently in the past, when you make a serious lowball offer, the sellers get annoyed. Sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. So every situation is different, but what you don't want is to find a house that you really like and make a lowball offer because you're trying to save money and then not get the home that you're looking for. Now, it's my job as your buyer's agent to make sure I get you that home for the least amount of money possible. But my job also is, if that's the home you want, I have to make that deal happen. Just like with sellers. If it's my seller and they get an offer and it's a good offer, but they want to counter, I remind them of the situation. So let's just say, you know, we haven't had an offer, we haven't had a lot of showings, you know, don't lose a buyer. But of course, I always, you know, work with my seller and buyer to make sure we're making the right offer or counter offers if it's a purchase. Well, it is always a purchase. It's if you're the seller or the buyer. So, so now that we've found out what our offer is and we've written it up and submitted it, once we submit an offer, a couple of things happen. Well, and I want to reference this video here. I talk about the two different type of contracts, and I'll just briefly go over them now. So in Florida, we have two contracts. We have an as-is contract, just making sure that you can hear me. Yeah. An as-is contract, which allows you to, everyone always has an inspection period, but it allows you to get out of that home in the event that the inspection comes back and you're not happy with the results, because in an as-is, the seller is not obligated to make any repairs. They can make repairs, you can ask for them, you can renegotiate the price, but the seller is not obligated to do so. Then there's a standard contract, which primarily we use in the Villages because the Villages sales associates, as the company, the developer, has adopted this type of contract in theirs. And what that means is, once you go into contract, I thought I would change scenery, and right here, this gentleman here, it looks like he's making some breakfast sandwiches because Italy here where I am at Park MGM hasn't opened yet. All right, so let's get back to the standard contract. the seller is obligated to make repairs to the home up to 1.5% of the sale price. Now, those items must be broken and not in working order. And there's a whole list of what needs to be done or what can be repaired in the contract. If you have questions, please email me, text me, call me, and I'll be happy to go over those with you. And also remember, please like and subscribe because it helps the channel grow, believe it or not. And if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, if you could do so, it doesn't really do anything to you, but it does everything on my end with the YouTube algorithm. So, the contract, you're gonna call me if you have any more detailed questions about what they have to repair. So now we've submitted whatever form it is because the seller determines what type of contract that we use. We have a offer, we submit it. They can accept it as is, or they can make a counter offer. And what that means is they're gonna come back and say, and they can negotiate just about anything. Sorry, I'm getting a message on my phone. Oh, go ahead. I'm filming me. They can counter anything. They can counter the terms. They can say, if you've asked for 7 days of inspection, they can say, we only want to give you 7. If, you know, I'm a realtor in Florida. I'm actually doing a video while I'm here for my viewers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I live in the Villages.
Okay.
Hey, time out. I'm gonna talk to these people. I'll be right back. Little plug. Where are you from?
We're from Green Bay, but we have a place up north.
Up north. Where's up
Minnesota,
north?
Wisconsin.
Turn around. Yeah, you're gonna be on. Are you okay? Here. This is their business. If you want to stop in,
It's
tell
not my business. It's friends mine.
It's a friend of hers business, and it's a bottle can. It's a cafe, bar, and bottle shop. Bottles of what?
You have coffee in the morning and then just stay and drink in the afternoon.
All right.
See?
If you go there, tell them Robyn sent you. They'll have no idea who I am, but whatever.
Just tell them you're Judy's friend.
Tell them you're Judy's friend.
I'm Judy.
She's Judy.
Green Bay Packers.
Dwayne.
Oh, now you lost me. I'm a Giant fan. Bye, guys. Nice to meet you. All right, I have no idea where I was. Okay, so you have an offer, and all right, so we've made an offer, and now it's in the seller's hands. What can they do with that? So they can negotiate the price and the terms. So, for example, let's say the house listed for $500,000 and you offer $480,000, and you want 10-day inspection, and you want a closing date 2 months away. They can come back and say, well, we want more money, we want a shorter inspection period, and we want a quicker close. So it all depends on the deal. So just be ready to negotiate if they come back with a counter. Now you can counter their counter. You know, we could go back and forth until we find the sweet spot that works for you and for the seller. All right, so now you found a realtor, all right? You've done your research. We looked for some homes, we found one, we made an offer, and it's been accepted. Now what happens once the offer's been accepted? It's almost coffee time. Man, he made those sandwiches pretty fast. All right, so now the offer's been accepted. So now we have an inspection period. And I always have a list of contractors. I give them to you, and you can choose your own inspector from the internet, you know, do your research, you know somebody, or you can use someone from my list. It doesn't matter as long as we get someone in there to do a thorough home inspection, a 4-point inspection, and a 4-point inspection is what you need for your insurance company. That's what you want to send to them, and a wood-destroying organism. Those 3 things you will need, you should have. Now, you don't have to have an inspection. If you don't perform a home inspection, I make you sign off on that, saying that you've waived that right, because I do not want to assume any liability. I always recommend a home inspection. All right, so now we go through the home inspection, and let's see what comes up next. And we have an offer, it's been accepted. We have escrow money. Escrow money has to be sent to the title company. We close with the title company here in Florida. They hold the money until closing, and it's taken off of your final settlement sheet. That money is due per the contract. Most of them will say, I need it within 3 days. You'll receive wiring instructions from the title company. you have to call the title company and confirm the last 4 digits. They won't give you the whole number of the bank account until you call and confirm it. You always call and confirm any wire transfer that you've received in a note via email. Always confirm it. You go to the bank and get that information. Now, you also can bring the title company a check for escrow money. That's acceptable, but final funds always need to be wired, regardless if it's cash, finance. Well, finance, the lender will wire it, but you will have deposit money. I have my coffee now. I can function. All right, so inspection period. So now you have 10 days to get the inspection. We went over what and I'm just trying to remember what I said from over there to over here, and I got my coffee. Once we get that inspection report back, I go over it. I look for anything that's broken that needs to be repaired if we're on the standard contract. And then I write up a repair order and send that over to the listing agent, request it, and you, the seller, the buyer, will sign it. I send it to the listing agent, they send it to the seller to make the necessary repairs. If it's as-is contract, you look it over and see if you can live with anything, everything's on that list. If you want to move forward, you want to renegotiate the price, you want to renegotiate the repairs, or you want to back out. In an as-is contract, you could just woke up that morning and didn't have coffee and decided, I don't want to buy that house. So you do have that opportunity. All right, so now we've gone through the inspection. Let's just say everything is as-is, everything is fine, or with the repair order, everything is fine and you're good to go. We move forward. If you're finance, of course, we're going to have a survey and an appraisal, and we have to make sure that appraisal comes back for what you've offered, and there are other options if it doesn't. If your home appraises for less than what you're purchasing it for, I don't want to get into too many details with that, but again, email me, text me, call me, and I can tell you what would happen in the event your home doesn't appraise. So, and if it's cash, we're just freewheeling until the closing date is scheduled. Now, with cash, I mean, we could close in 2 weeks, as long as it takes to get clear title. With financing, it usually takes about 30 days. We're getting ready to close. The closing date will be scheduled. If you are cash, you can sign away. You don't need to be here. You can e-sign. I, as your realtor, would do a final walkthrough on the property with you or via a phone, video. Make sure all the repairs have been made. When we submit a buyer's request for repairs, we always get receipts that those repairs have been made. And then we use those when we do the final walkthrough. All right, so now we're at final walkthrough. We've gone through, the repairs have been made, we're all happy with the condition of the home. Now it's time for closing. We go to close. You can close in person, or you can close wherever you are. Whether you're cash or finance, you do not need to be here. Cash sales are very simple. The title company will send you the final documents, which you will DocuSign, e-sign. If you're finance, the bank, the lender will send you a mobile notary, because a notary that's familiar with financial transactions has to witness your signature on everything. Just know that. And there is an expense to that. I think it's about $150, but it all depends. You have to check, and it'll be on your final settlement sheet. So now everything is good. Money's been wired, and we're all closed. What will happen is if you're away, I'll have keys. If not, you'll get keys at closing. And then following that, I take you over to the sales center to get your village's ID. You have a little welcome session with them. They tell you all about the fun things here. They give you a book and a keychain and your gate passes. And then you're ready to begin your village's lifestyle. I hope you enjoyed this episode about the home buying process from here in Las Vegas. I'm going to finish up my coffee and see what else is happening here today. We have a little bit of a fun day planned. We're going home tomorrow. This is just a short trip, and I'm still working, which is why I'm up this early. It's 7 o'clock. But my friend Julie and her daughter are still sleeping, and my phone, I've been getting emails and texts. I hear it, so I figured might as well get up and get the day started. All right, I'm Robyn Cavallaro. I'm a realtor here in the state of Florida. If you're interested in this episode, you might want to check out this next one. I think you're going to like it. All right, everyone, until next time, I'll see you.